All right, so you're gearing up for a nailing machine operator interview, and honestly, that's a lot cooler than it might sound at first.
Yeah, it really is.
We're diving deep into RoleCatcher's resources to help you totally crush this interview.
It's interesting because a lot of people kind of underestimate this role. It really requires precision and mechanical aptitude, and you have to understand how the whole process works.
It's not just pushing buttons.
Exactly.
We've got 10 common interview questions pulled straight from RoleCatcher's guide.
Perfect.
Plus, we'll sprinkle in some career insights to help you really stand out from the crowd.
And of course, we'll touch on how RoleCatcher's AI can give you that extra little boost.
All right, so are you ready to become like a nailing machine ninja?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's jump right in with that first impression, that classic question. What experience do you have operating nailing machines? And now, even if you haven't worked with that exact same model,
Oh, yeah.
don't panic.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So what are they really looking for with that question?
They want to see your mechanical aptitude.
Okay.
Have you worked with other woodworking equipment?
Right.
Have you operated machinery in a manufacturing setting?
Uh-huh.
Maybe you've tinkered with some DIY projects at home.
Yeah.
It's all about those transferable skills,
Sure.
showing them that you're a quick learner and you can handle the technical side of things.
So, highlighting those transferable skills and then be prepared for those follow-up questions
Exactly.
where they dig a little deeper.
They might ask about specific challenges you faced
Yeah.
with those machines or how you learned to operate them.
Okay, so question number 2. How do you ensure the quality of the finished product?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one feels like show your work kind of question.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Think about any quality control procedures you are familiar with, even from past jobs that weren't directly related.
Okay.
Did you double-check measurements,
Yeah.
inspect finished products, or follow specific guidelines?
So even if I've never worked with a nailing machine before,
Right.
I can still talk about, my commitment to doing things the right way
Absolutely.
and paying attention to detail.
100%.
And I can also, tie that back to the work environment of the nailing machine operator,
Yes.
like we were saying.
RoleCatcher's guide really emphasizes the need for precision and consistency in this role.
Right.
So make sure to highlight how your approach aligns with that.
Mm-hmm.
And be prepared for that follow-up question. They might even ask, what steps would you take if you noticed a defect in a finished product?
That's a good one.
So be ready to walk them through your process.
Show them you're proactive and quality focused.
Exactly.
All right. Question 3. Have you worked with different types of materials before?
I like this word.
What's the strategy here?
Adaptability.
Okay.
Nailing machine operators often work with various wood types, each with their own unique characteristics,
Right.
even if your experience isn't directly related.
Okay.
Show them you can learn quickly. Mention any experience you have with wood, metal, plastics. Anything that demonstrates your willingness to adapt.
And maybe also touch on how I would go about learning the specifics of new materials.
Yes.
Would I consult manuals? Would I ask experienced colleagues?
Mm-hmm.
Would I do some independent research?
Exactly.
Show them I'm resourceful
You got it.
and eager to expand my knowledge base.
All right. Get ready for question 4.
Okay.
This is your time to shine. Can you describe a time you had to troubleshoot a problem with a machine?
So this is like the classic, tell me about a time you failed question, but in disguise.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
but with a positive spin.
Right.
So think of a specific situation,
Right.
even if it's from a different type of machine.
Mm-hmm.
What was the problem? What steps did you take? What did you learn?
And how did you prevent that problem from happening again?
Exactly.
Right.
It demonstrates your problem-solving abilities and your commitment to continuous improvement. And they might even ask, what resources would you use to troubleshoot a problem with a nailing machine?
So I can talk about consulting manuals, online forums, or even reaching out to technical support if needed.
Exactly.
You got it.
Show them you are resourceful and you know where to find information.
Oh.
All right, let's shift gears to question 5. How do you prioritize tasks when working on multiple projects at once?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Especially relevant for like a fast-paced manufacturing environment.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They want to see those organizational skills
Mm-hmm.
and how you manage your time effectively.
Right.
Do you use to-do lists,
Mm-hmm.
prioritize by urgency, or break down large tasks?
Yeah.
Share your strategies.
And maybe give a concrete example from a previous role
Yes.
where I successfully juggled multiple deadlines or responsibilities.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Now they might dig a little deeper and ask, How would you handle a situation where your priorities suddenly change?
Ooh.
This is where you can demonstrate your flexibility,
Hmm.
your ability to adapt on the fly.
Yeah.
And it's also a good opportunity to showcase your awareness of the bigger picture.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's career guide mentions that nailing machine operators need to coordinate with other team members and supervisors.
Right.
So you can even mention how you'd communicate those changes to ensure everyone is on the same page.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
Shows that you're a team player and you understand the importance of communication.
absolutely.
All right, question 6 takes a different angle. How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others when operating machinery?
Ooh, safety first.
Yes,
Always.
big one.
This is where you detail specific procedures you follow,
Right.
like wearing protective gear, keeping your work area clean,
Yeah,
double-checking machine settings.
Uh-huh.
Think back to any safety training you've received
right.
and highlight those key points.
And also, actions speak louder than words you know.
That's right.
Have you ever proactively addressed a safety concern?
Sharing a specific example is a fantastic way to show that you're not just following the rules, but you're taking initiative.
Right?
Now, they might ask, what would you do if you noticed a colleague not following safety protocols?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This is your chance to showcase those leadership skills
Yeah,
and your commitment to creating a safe work environment for everybody.
shows you're not afraid to speak up.
Yes,
Advocate for safety.
exactly.
Question 7 focuses on maintenance. How do you maintain a nailing machine to ensure its proper functioning? What are they looking for here?
So they want to see your understanding of preventative maintenance
Yeah.
and how you keep things running smoothly. Even if you haven't worked on a nailing machine specifically,
Right?
you can talk about your experience maintaining other equipment. Maybe you've cleaned, lubricated, or inspected machines in the past.
So it's about demonstrating that mechanical aptitude that we talked about earlier
Exactly.
and showing that I'm proactive about preventing problems before they even arise.
And they might even ask, what are some common maintenance tasks for a nailing machine?
Okay.
So be prepared to discuss tasks like checking air pressure cleaning jams or replacing worn parts.
So even if I'm not an expert on nailing machines specifically,
Right.
I can still showcase my general knowledge of machinery maintenance.
Precisely.
You got it.
And don't be afraid to highlight your willingness to learn the specifics of this particular machine. Remember, enthusiasm and a positive attitude go a long way in an interview.
This is where I'm really seeing the value of RoleCatcher's AI. You know,
Yeah.
imagine being able to plug in the specific job description and get tailored feedback on my answers.
It's like having a personal interview coach. RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your responses
Right.
and suggest improvements based on the specific keywords and skills the employer is looking for.
That's wild.
It is.
Oh, okay, back to the questions. This next one can be a little tricky. Can you describe a time when you had to work with a difficult team member?
The teamwork question.
Yes.
Remember, stay positive. Focus on solutions.
Okay,
Briefly describe a challenging situation without bad-mouthing anyone.
right.
Focus on the steps you took to resolve the conflict and maintain a productive environment.
So diplomacy is key,
Yes,
and maybe even highlight how you turn the situation into a learning experience
exactly.
for everybody involved.
They might follow up with, how would you handle a disagreement with a colleague about the best way to operate the nailing machine?
Ooh.
So this is a chance to show off those communication skills
Right.
and your ability to find common ground.
So being both assertive and collaborative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, question 9 brings us back to that balance of speed and accuracy.
Okay.
How do you balance the need for speed with the need for accuracy when operating the nailing machine?
So it's about working efficiently while maintaining high standards.
That's right.
Give an example of a time where I successfully balance those priorities,
Perfect.
maybe under a tight deadline,
Yes.
show them I can handle the pressure,
Uh-huh.
still deliver those quality results.
Exactly.
All right.
They might even ask, what steps would you take to ensure accuracy while maintaining a fast pace? So this is where you can highlight your attention to detail, your ability to focus,
Right.
and your commitment to producing flawless work.
I love it. Okay, last but not least, question 10 focuses on error prevention. What steps do you take to prevent errors when operating the nailing machine? This feels like it kind of ties back to some of the earlier questions about quality control and safety.
It does.
Yeah.
Here's where you highlight your proactive approach.
Okay.
Do you double-check specifications, regularly calibrate the machine,
Yeah.
or have a mental checklist?
Right.
Detail your process.
It's about showing I'm not just reactive, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm actively thinking ahead
Yes.
and trying to prevent mistakes before they even happen.
And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful.
Okay.
It can analyze your answers and suggest ways to strengthen them based on the specific job description.
Right.
For example, it might suggest adding specific details about the types of errors you are preventing
Okay.
or the techniques you use to ensure accuracy.
So it's like having a personal editor for my interview responses.
It is.
That's wild.
It's amazing how much technology can help us prepare for these crucial moments.
It really is.
It's all about using the tools at our disposal to put our best foot forward.
Yeah. You know, we've covered 10 key questions here,
We have.
but there's so much more to unpack about this exciting career path.
There is.
Let's dive into the career guide and see what kind of growth opportunities exist for nailing machine operators.
I'm ready when you are.
This is where things get really interesting.
Yes, they do.
Okay, we've tackled those tough interview questions, but I want to zoom out a little.
Okay.
I'm curious about the bigger picture. What kind of career trajectory can someone expect in this field? Is it just, nailing boards forever? Or is there room to grow and kind of, move up the ladder?
That's where RoleCatcher's career guide is really eye-opening. It's not just about nailing boards. It's about mastering a skill and then potentially branching out in so many directions.
So give me the rundown. What kind of advancement opportunities are we talking about here?
Think of it like leveling up in a video game.
Okay.
You start as an entry-level operator,
Okay.
learning the ropes, maybe assisting more experienced colleagues.
So that classic kind of apprenticeship model.
Exactly.
You learn by doing, and you gradually take on more responsibility.
That's right. And as you gain proficiency, you could become a junior operator, handling the machine independently, troubleshooting any minor issues.
Okay, so you're starting to spread your wings a little bit.
Exactly.
Become more self-sufficient.
Yeah, and then as you progress to a senior operator,
Okay.
you're not just operating the machine,
Mm-hmm.
you're overseeing the entire nailing process.
Wow.
You might be training new recruits,
Okay.
ensuring quality control, even collaborating with supervisors to improve efficiency.
So you become a leader, a mentor. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But what if someone wants to specialize?
Yeah.
Does the career guide mention any kind of niche areas within this field?
It does. And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
So as you gain experience, you might find yourself drawn to a particular type of nailing machine or a specific aspect of the process.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, you could become an expert in high-speed nailing
Okay.
for mass production, or specialize in intricate nailing
Uh-huh.
for custom furniture pieces.
Oh, wow.
You could even transition into a role like machinery maintenance or quality control,
Okay.
leveraging your deep knowledge of the equipment and processes.
So there's room for both vertical and horizontal growth?
Exactly.
You can climb the ladder or branch out into these specialized areas.
That's right.
That's amazing. It really paints a picture of a dynamic and evolving career path.
And that's exactly what the manufacturing industry is all about, constant evolution.
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher's Guide even highlights the increasing integration of automation and robotics in this field.
Wait, so a nailing machine operator could potentially end up working with robots?
Absolutely.
That's futuristic.
It is, and it opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Wow.
Imagine being at the forefront of that innovation, programming and maintaining those robotic systems, ensuring they operate seamlessly alongside human operators.
It's not just about nailing boards anymore.
Right.
It's about shaping the future of manufacturing.
Exactly. And speaking of staying ahead of the curve, let's circle back to RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about it analyzing your interview
Yes.
answers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can actually do so much more than that.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What other tricks does this AI have up its sleeve?
Well, RoleCatcher has a feature that lets you analyze your entire CV or resume against specific job descriptions.
Oh.
It's like having a personal career strategist, making sure your resume is always in tip-top shape and tailored to the opportunities you're pursuing.
Hold on. It's like a super-powered spell checker for my resume.
It's even better than that. Think of it as an AI recruiter. It scans the job description for keywords and skills, then compares those to your resume, highlighting any gaps or areas where you could strengthen your presentation.
So it's not just about catching typos. It's about making sure my resume actually speaks to the specific requirements of the job.
Precisely.
That's incredibly helpful.
It is, and it doesn't stop there. RoleCatcher's AI also takes your skills and preferences into account, matching you with opportunities that align with your long-term career goals.
So it's not just about finding any job. It's about finding the right job.
Exact.
For me, that's a game changer.
It really is. And the best part is, as you progress in your career and gain new skills, RoleCatcher's AI evolves with you continuously refining its recommendations and helping you stay on track toward your ultimate career aspirations.
This is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
We've gone from nailing boards to AI-powered career guidance in the span of a few minutes.
I know, right?
It's amazing how interconnected everything is these days.
It is, and that interconnectedness is only going to increase as technology advances. That's why it's so important to embrace lifelong learning and stay curious about emerging trends in your field.
Speaking of learning, let's get back to the basics for a moment.
Okay.
We've talked about career paths and AI magic.
Yeah.
But what about the day-to-day reality of being a nailing machine operator?
Yeah.
What can someone actually expect when they clock in each morning?
Okay, let's paint a picture of what a typical day might look like. First things first, safety check.
Okay.
You'll be inspecting your equipment, making sure all the safety features are functioning properly, and gearing up with your protective gear.
Safety first, always. I'm picturing earplugs, safety glasses, maybe even steel-toed boots.
Exactly.
It's a manufacturing environment after all.
Once you're all geared up, you'll review the work orders for the day,
Okay.
which will specify the types of wood nails and patterns required for each project.
So there's a planning element involved.
Yes.
It's not just mindless repetition.
Absolutely. You'll need to adjust the machine settings accordingly, select the correct nails and nail guns, and make sure everything is calibrated for optimal performance.
So I'm already seeing that attention to detail and precision coming into play.
You got it. And once the machine is set up, you'll begin the nailing process, carefully feeding the wood pieces into the machine, monitoring the process for any jams or misalignments, and making adjustments as needed.
So there's a lot of hands-on work involved, even with the automation.
Absolutely. And it's not just about operating the machine, it's about understanding the materials, the process, and the desired outcome. You'll be inspecting the finished products, ensuring they meet quality standards, and troubleshooting any issues that arise.
So it sounds like a job that requires both technical skills and problem-solving abilities.
It does. And as you gain experience, you'll develop a deep understanding of the nuances of nailing, becoming a true craftsman in your own right.
Now, I'm picturing a seasoned nailing machine operator, someone who can just look at a piece of wood and know exactly the right nailing technique to use.
That's the kind of expertise that comes with time and dedication. And it's something you can definitely highlight in your interview.
So if you're passionate about woodworking, have a knack for problem solving, and are eager to learn new skills, this could be the perfect career path for you.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way, from crafting the perfect resume to acing that interview and navigating your career journey.
It's like having a personal career coach in your pocket.
Yeah.
Now, before we get carried away with all this AI talk,
Okay.
I want to come back to something you mentioned earlier
Yeah.
about the different career stages for nailing machine operators.
Yes. RoleCatcher's Guide outlines the typical responsibilities and provides example profiles for each stage, from entry-level to senior positions.
Okay.
It's a great way to visualize the potential career path and get a sense of what you could achieve in this field.
So let's break it down. What does that journey actually look like from newbie to seasoned pro?
All right, so in the entry-level stage, you'll be assisting experienced operators learning the ropes and gradually taking on more responsibility. Think of it as your apprenticeship.
So you're not thrown into the deep end right away.
No.
You get the chance to observe, ask questions, and build your skills gradually.
Exactly. And as you progress to a junior operator role,
Okay.
you'll be operating the machine independently, following established procedures and troubleshooting minor issues.
So you're starting to spread your wings and become more self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
What about the senior level? What kind of responsibilities come with that title?
At the senior level, you're not just operating the machine, you're overseeing the entire nailing process.
Wow.
You might be responsible for training and mentoring new operators, ensuring quality control standards are met, and even collaborating with supervisors to improve efficiency.
So it becomes a leadership role. You're not just doing the work, you're guiding others and making sure the whole team is operating at its best.
Exactly. And that's where those soft skills we talked about earlier,
Right.
like communication, teamwork, and problem solving, become even more crucial.
It's like a full circle moment. You start by highlighting those skills in your interview.
Right.
Then you use them to excel in your role.
Yeah.
And eventually you pass them on to the next generation of operators.
I love that perspective. It shows that a career as a nailing machine operator is more than just a job. It's an opportunity for continuous growth and development.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI is there every step of the way, helping you refine your resume ace those interview questions and chart a course for long-term career success.
It's like having a secret weapon in your job search arsenal.
And speaking of secret weapons, let's dive into some of the lesser-known aspects of this career path.
Okay.
Are there any hidden gems or surprising benefits that people might not know about?
Well, one thing that often gets overlooked is the potential for specialization.
Okay.
As we mentioned earlier, you could focus on a specific type of nailing machine or even transition into a role like machinery maintenance or quality control.
So you're not pigeonholed into one specific task.
Right.
There's room for exploration and developing expertise in different areas.
Exactly. And here's another interesting point. The RoleCatcher guide mentioned that the manufacturing industry is increasingly embracing automation and robotics.
So there's potential for nailing machine operators to become involved in those cutting-edge technologies.
Absolutely.
That's pretty exciting.
It's a chance to be at the forefront of innovation and contribute to the evolution of the industry.
And imagine the skills you could acquire.
Right.
You'd be a highly sought-after candidate in a rapidly growing field.
Exactly. It's all about embracing those opportunities and constantly expanding your skill set.
So it's not just about nailing wood together. It's about nailing your career goals.
I love that. And remember, RoleCatcher is there to provide the resources and guidance you need to make it happen.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from interview tips to career paths to the latest industry trends. But before we wrap up, I'd love to get your take on something.
Sure, what's on your mind?
Well, throughout this deep dive, we've talked about the importance of skills experience and even AI-powered tools. But what about the human element? What qualities do you think make a truly exceptional nailing machine operator?
That's a great question. You know, beyond those technical skills and the qualifications, it's that passion and dedication that really makes someone stand out.
So it's not just about operating the machine, it's about caring about the craft.
Exactly. A true craftsman takes pride in their work. No matter how seemingly simple or repetitive the task might seem, they strive for precision. They're always looking for ways to improve, and they're genuinely invested in producing high-quality products.
It's going the extra mile, that commitment to excellence that really sets them apart.
And I think it extends beyond just individual effort, too. You know, a great nailing machine operator understands that they're part of a larger team.
Yeah.
And the role they play in the overall success of a project.
Being a team player, communicating effectively, contributing to a positive work environment.
Yes.
These are all essential.
Absolutely. And let's not forget adaptability. The manufacturing industry is constantly evolving, especially with the rise of automation and robotics. So the ability to learn new technologies and embrace change is invaluable.
It's not just about nailing wood together. It's about nailing your career goals.
I love that.
And being open to those new possibilities.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher can help you navigate those possibilities, providing the resources and guidance you need to succeed in this exciting field.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? You're not just prepping for a job interview.
Right.
You're potentially embarking on a journey into the heart of the manufacturing world.
A world that's constantly evolving, full of challenges and opportunities, and ultimately a world where your skills and dedication can make a real difference.
Confidence and preparation are key.
Absolutely.
Use these insights we've discussed today, explore RoleCatcher's guides, and see how their AI can give you that extra edge.
It really can.
But most importantly, bring your passion and enthusiasm to the table.
Yes, and never stop learning. As technology advances, who knows what exciting new roles might emerge in the manufacturing industry.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be at the forefront of that innovation.
And maybe, just maybe, you'll look back on this moment as the starting point of an incredible career journey. We're rooting for you. Good luck with that interview.
Yes, good luck.
We know you're going to nail it.